what's funny. Many states became farmers and made us stare. Original arrivals proved hardy survivors. Sydney turned into a place you'd choose to go. Think that they'd be fairer to convicts who were sent there. No way, they built prisons even more remote. Port Arthur was one of the jails where every escape attempt fails. Was one man who nearly got through. Billy Hunt dressed as a kangaroo. Inmates life still sucky, 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 sucky. Life behind bars was not very nice. Hideous and messy. Who would ever guess it? This hellhole would become a holiday paradise? Hello and welcome to the news at When. When, 1724, when a third of London's population turned out to see Britain's most famous criminal. To find out more, let's go over live to Jessica Harvey-Smythe, who's soaking up the atmosphere.
Thanks, Sam. As you can see, thousands of people have turned up just to catch a glimpse of their hero, Jack Sheppard, perhaps one of London's most glamorous criminals. He's escaped from prison not once, not twice, but 4 times, and these people clearly love him for it.
Jack Sheppard is well lush.
Yeah, he's like such a rebel and he's so daring.
So how long have you been a fan?
Like, since his first escape, he was being held in St Giles Roundhouse and he broke out through the roof.
Yeah, he lowered himself to the ground using bed sheets tied together. It was well wicked.
Yeah, and I really liked it when he escaped from Newgate Prison just in ladies' clothes.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Let's try to get an interview with the man himself. Jack, HHTV News. Can we have a few words?
Of course you can. Nice to meet you.
Oh, well, 300,000 Georgians have turned up just to catch a glimpse of you, Jack. That's 1/4 of London's population. Are you nervous?
A few butterflies. It's not every day you're executed.
Well, when you say executed, I'm sure you're planning to make one of your trademark daring escapes.
Oh, you know me so well. I do have a trick up my sleeve, actually. It's a penknife.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to use it.
I'll have that. This way, Sonny.
I'll think of something.
Jack Sheppard there. Can't wait to see how he's going to get out of this one. And the crowd are going to go absolutely wild. And Jack is getting up on the scaffold now and he's putting his head in the noose. I'm sure he's about to make his move any time now. And the hangman is about to open the trapdoor. He should be escaping any second. Still, always nice to see a good public execution. Great day out for all the family.
Thanks very much, and it looks like tonight is going to be a real cracker. Let's meet the fighters.
Yes, first up, we've got London's finest, the huge, the undefeated, Jack Tough Tom Holmes. Let's take a look at Tough Tom in action.
He's a real expert at classic Georgian bare-knuckle boxing, where 2 rivals stand stock still and slug it out.
Next up, it's the newcomer, all the way from New York in the USA. It's the comparatively smaller Bill Richmond. Bill was born a slave in New York, USA, and learned his trade boxing for entertainment at the Duke of Northumberland's dinner parties.
I have to say, he looks a lot smaller than Tough Tom. I think this is going to be carnage, John.
Certainly looks that way, Steve. Seconds out, round 1. Oh, and Tough Tom is really fired up for this one.
Oh, I can't watch.
Hold on, what was that? It looks like Bill Richmond has got out of the way of one of Tough Tom's punches.
Is that allowed?
I guess.
Oh, and he's got out of the way of another one.
That is extraordinary. Nobody has ever got out of the way in the whole history of boxing. Although, when you come to think about it, not letting your opponent hit you in the face is not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's invented a whole new technique here. It makes you wonder why nobody ever got out of the way before.
Well, probably because their heads were mashed up by all the boxing. Oh, he's floored him. He has floored him.
Oh, and it looks like Jack Tough Tom Holmes is out for the count.
You're out! And Bill, get out of the way, Richmond, is the winner.
Back to the studio.
Of course, the boxing move that Bill Richmond invented isn't really called the getting out of the way. It's now known as the bob and weave, though I personally prefer the move known as the scream and run away.
Shocking Scotland!
Sporting events have always been popular in Scotland,
But it wasn't until the Georgian era that the Highland Games became an annual event, with some pretty extraordinary contests.
Well, today's programme features a number of traditional Highland game pursuits. There's the running race, the lifting a heavy stone competition, and throwing a hammer, preferably in the direction of the bagpipe player.
Oops. Feel a bit bad about saying that.
Anywho, there's one particular event that caught my attention, and I have the winner here with me now. Jamie, congratulations.
Thanks, Andrea.
So you won for the bizarrely named Twisting the Cow competition. Can you tell us exactly what that involves?
Well, Andrea, it involves twisting the forelegs off a cow.
A dead cow?
Aye, a dead cow. We're not animals.
And can you tell us exactly how you made it through to today's final?
Well, I put in a lot of hard work, but mostly I did it on the hoof. On the hoof.
I imagine twisting the leg of a cow is pretty difficult. Do you get many injuries?
Aye, well, I did tear a calf muscle during my warm-up, but I've never been injured myself.
And what was your prize for winning?
A fattened sheep.
Great. And are you confident about winning next year's competition?
Aye, I'm quite bullish about it.
Good luck with that. Back to the studio.
Want some?
No, sorry, I'm vegan.
Okay, fair enough.
Which of these was a genuine Scottish sport? Was it A, haggis chasing, B, horse skull sledging, or C, Scotch egg and spoon racing? The answer is B. In the Middle Ages, people would slide down Heading Hill in Stirling on a horse's skull. They called the sport hurley-hacket.
Gorgeous Georgians.
We Georgians came up with the idea of making Yorkshire puddings out of batter. And that's not the only bright idea we had.
Yeah. The hand is yours, Sirrah. I win again. Huzzah! Let's play again, Earl Sandwich. Only this time, I shall beat you, what?
We shall soon see about that. Yeah. I find myself a tad peckish, old boy. Cook!
Yes, your lordship.
Fetch me some meat.
Yes, your lordship.
Yeah. Dashed inconvenient, but methinks I shall have to stop playing cards in order to eat unless... May I steal some of your fine bread?
Be my guest.
Yes, well, see. There! Huzzah! The bread stops my hand from getting greasy from the meat. Ergo, I can eat with one hand while still playing cards with the other.
I think you might be on to something, Earl Sandwich. We should name it a sandwich after you.
A sandwich? Capital.
My good cook, I would like one of Earl Sandwich's sandwiches.
I'm afraid we've no more meat, sir. We've only got the leftovers we usually feed to the dogs, such as hooves, snouts, tails, guts, private parts.
Oh, well, why not mince it all up, shove it into some intestines, boil the living daylights out of it, and then stick it in a bun?
Of course, Baron Hot Dog.
I think I'm going to throw up. Fetch me a bucket.
Certainly, Lord Turkey of Twizzler.
Yes, it really was Earl Sandwich who gave his name to the sandwich. But he wasn't the first person to eat things between pieces of bread. The Romans were doing that about 2,000 years before. So we should probably call it a sandwichus. Because that's, if you put an us on the ends of words, it makes them sound Roman. And, oh, please yourselves.
Posh Georgians like Earl Sandwich loved playing cards. Poor Georgians had some much weirder ways of amusing themselves. At a fair in County Durham, one of the sideshows was a man eating what? Was it A, a live hamster, B, a wooden cartwheel, or C, a live cockerel? The answer is... C. The man ate a cockerel alive, feathers, entrails and all.
A gorgeous Georgian lady is quite a sight to see. For some splendid beauty tips, pay attention, listen to me. White is beautiful, dear ladies. Smear your face with paint of lead. Never mind, the lead has made the men who mixed it ill or dead. Take some silk of red or black, cut a circle or a crescent, stick it to your face to cover smallpox scars. It's much more pleasant. Shave your eyebrows clean away, take a trap and catch some mice. Make false eyebrows with the mouse skin, stick them on, you'll look so nice. Next you need a monster wig if you want to look real smashing. When your wig has reached the roof, then you'll be the height of fashion. Decorate your lovely hairpiece, use the feathers of a parrot, add some ribbons, fruit and flowers from your ear, then hang a carrot. Make your face look soft and chubby, pack your mouth with balls of cork, hang your false teeth in the middle, hope you don't choke when you talk. Now you've followed my advice, last of all you need a fan. Flutter it oh so demurely, then you're sure to bag your man.
We were weavers highly skilled till things were mechanised. Craft and artisanship killed, a threat to all our lives.
Machines meant the workforce shrunk. You think you'd see us settle? Where bosses said let's junk each punk and replace you with heavy metal!
Luddite, 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 Luddite!
The working man was sacrificed!
Luddite, 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 Luddite!
Turned us into anarchists! Industrial revolution, our old life overthrown. So we came up with a solution, a revolution of our own.
Met in the hills and planned to smash their weaving machines of gloom. Hear that sweet music as we bash. A what bopaluma, a what bamboo.
Luddite, 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 Luddite!
Industrial weaving, it's a stitch up!
Luddite, 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 Luddite!
Break the device and smash my switch up!
I named our movement after Ned Ludd, a folk hero who myth proclaimed.
Once reacted in a fit of rage by smashing up some knitting frames.
So we formed a new Luddite army, started to riot.
It all went balmy.
Laws were passed to shake our will, send soldiers armed with guns. And though we tried to break things still, we fought the law, but the law won.
Trial and punishments were seen, it's clear we'd lost the fight. But thanks to us, Rage Against the Machine now carries the name Luddite!
Luddite, 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 Luddite!
This bad struggle carries on!
Luddite, 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 Luddite!
Won't rest till machines are all gone! So low!
On what, exactly?
Blackbeard really was a bad-tempered sort, but then so was our last Georgian king about a century later. I don't think he liked waiting nearly 60 years to take the throne.
I'm George IV, the regent king, which means I was just standing in, acting king because my dad, George III, had gone barking mad.
Banana!
Great palaces I did design, Buckingham was one of mine. Art and fashion I so rated.
And wives?
That's more complicated. Actresses and duchesses, the great loves of my life. I loved more girls than I ate pies, but I couldn't stand my wife.
He couldn't stand his wife.
Go away. I only married Queen Caroline when my debts began to climb. 'Cause if I agreed to tie the knot,
I said I'd pay off the lot.
But the wedding caused all sorts of strife, 'cause I already had a wife.
A divorced Catholic?
Dad did sigh, but the mad old goat just wouldn't die.
Still here? Oop, spoke too soon.
At last I can go solo. As true king my reign began, though I was now older than your nan. And as the ruler of our nation, I banned my wife from my coronation. And knowing now that I did hate her, she promptly died just 3 weeks later. But all those pies that I got through meant 10 years later I died too.
Hello, have we met? I'm a kangaroo.
Actresses, duchesses, the great loves of my life. I loved more girls than I ate pies, but I couldn't stand my wife. I had just 10 years on the throne. Do you remember that? No, all that you remember is I was really fat.
Everyone thinks they know the story of Dick Turpin's highway glory, but my past is far more gory. Was no saint. You think life is one big antic. My profession is romantic. Hate to be pedantic, but it ain't. As a butcher down in Essex, I was handy with a knife. Had a sideline as a poacher, led a less than honest life. The notorious gang of Gregory liked my style and dedication. They sized me up and gave me a real robber's education. We rampaged through the Essex farms, we stole and robbed and fought. But when the law came for us, I escaped and they got caught. I became a highwayman, was daylight robbery. I was no Prince Charming, nothing dandy about me. The truth is I was violent and with my good mate Matt King robbed travellers at gunpoint, money, watches, anything. My horse, it wasn't called Black Bess, although that's what you've read. Was no romantic hero, shot not one but 2 men dead. The legend that surrounds me misses out the crucial part. I was a ruthless killer with a ruthless killer's heart. Was a vicious highwayman, a source of pain and tears. When you hear how my story ends, you won't believe your ears. I ran away to Yorkshire, changed my name to John Palmer. Was sent to prison after stealing chickens from a farmer. Wrote a letter to my family, a plea it did relate. The postman saw the envelope and here's the twist of fate. He had taught me how to write, so he knew I'd lied. That's not John Palmer's hand, that's Dick Turpin's, he cried. Was a vicious highwayman, my crimes, it brought me fame. Was stitched up by a postie, that's not glamorous, that's lame. No more stand and deliver, you'll remember this, I hope. It's no fun hanging with highwaymen when you're hanging from a rope.
Gorgeous Georgians!
We didn't just have silly wigs in Georgian times. We also had some silly tax laws.
And now it's time for our fairy tale series, where all the stories are retold in different historical settings. Today, The Three Little Pigs, the Georgian version. And the wolf huffed and puffed and blew the stick house down. So the little pigs ran as fast as their little trotters would carry them to their little piggy brother's house, which was made of very strong brick. But this was Georgian times, and the little piggy in the brick house had bricked up all his windows so he wouldn't have to pay the new window tax, which meant he didn't see his little piggy brothers. And they were both eaten up by the big bad wolf. The end.
It's true. Many Georgian people bricked up their windows like this to avoid the window tax. We Georgians had silly taxes because we had stupid politicians, and we had stupid politicians because we had silly elections.
And with one eye on tactics and the other on a rising body count, it's Jamie Castle. Now, Jamie, the American patriots are up against a powerful enemy in the British loyalists. But aren't the Americans officially British too?
They're still owned by the British at this point, Jeff, but the government have been hitting them with some outrageous taxes. They can't even buy a decent cup of tea without being taxed.
Well, let's hear from a man who loves tea and taxes, the King of England, George III.
I make a great effort to get along with all my subjects, but these Americans, they're unhappy, they're misled, and they're deluded. Basically, they're idiots.
Right, I mean, you haven't even been to America, though, have you?
What's your point?
We've got breaking transfer news from 1775. After previously fighting for the British in the 7 Years' War, George Washington has controversially joined the American Patriots. Jamie?
It's a high-profile signing by the Patriots, Jeff. Washington's experience could be invaluable.
George, the British loyalists have got a professional army, whereas your army is mostly made up of farmers with rakes and pitchforks. Surely you can't win.
It's true, most of my men are frightened farmers who don't know a gun from a garden rake. But we've no choice. It's either the tyrannical rule of the British or revolution. Which is why I have therefore resolved to conquer or die.
Whoa, yeah! Oh, my gun don't work,
I do not know this man.
Farmers against soldiers, Jamie.
It's men against boys, Jeff.
No, it's definitely farmers against soldiers.
We've got another big battle at Saratoga in 1777. A shock win for the plucky Patriots, Jeff.
Wow! A victory like that is sure to attract some cash from abroad. They won't win the war without it.
Mr. Frenchman, why are you helping America?
Because we believe passionately in the dream of a free and independent America.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding. We just really hate the English.
Thank you very much. Oh, both cheeks.
Woohoo, yeah!
No, you're not French.
Jamie, a bad day for the Brits.
They may have lost America, but they've still got Canada, so yes.
The loss of America was a real blow to George III, but back in Britain, life under his reign saw some huge changes in the way people lived. But from the doctors to the dinner table, the Georgians still behaved in some pretty strange ways.
Ah, a feast fit for a king. Funny that, because, yes, all my favourite foods. You can't beat boiled eggs and a muffin.
Hold on. We sit down in order of importance. So Papa sits down first because he's a Viscount.
Actually, I'm a Duke. I'm more important than a Viscount.
Ooh, cow's heels. Delicious and cheap. You can't beat feet meat.
Oh, yes. So it's the Duke, the Viscount, then me. No. Then it's me. But I'm the eldest sister.
Come on, everyone. Tuck in. This lemonade's my own recipe.
Yes, but I'm married to an earl now, so I take precedence over you.
Fine. So it's the Duke, the Viscount, then it's my sister, then me, then you.
Is it just me, or does this taste of onions? Huh? No, it is just me. All right. Feet meat.
But I'm an earl, and you're my wife, so we're more important than a Viscount. Yeah.
Yes, right. So it's the Duke, the Earl's wife, the Viscount, and then me.
A message, Your Highness.
Exciting news! My second favourite cow has just had a baby cow.
Wait, why is everyone eating so fast?
Sorry, forgot to mention. When the king finishes eating, they take our plates away.
Well, I didn't really want cow heel anyway. Lemonade. Onion? No, still bad.
A locked door, a prison cell, and a desperate prisoner hell-bent on breaking out. That can only mean one thing. You're watching History's Greatest Escapes. I'm Gary Chubb, and I've come all the way to the year 1716 in the Georgian era to witness an escape so audacious, so dramatic, so breathtaking. Sorry, can we wake him up, please? It's just completely going against what I'm doing. What do you mean? So, Lord Nibsdale, tell us how you ended up imprisoned here in the Tower of London.
Well, I was involved in the Jacobite risings, trying to return the Stuart bloodline to the English throne, but I was captured, and King George, who is really touchy about people trying to kill him, threw me in the tower. I'm due to be executed tomorrow.
So what we're thinking escape-wise, a frontal assault on the guards, levering out the window bars, or the classic tunnel under the wall thing?
None of the above. This is the Tower of London. Escape's impossible. I thought I'd just have a nice chicken dinner, a wee sleep, and then...
Right. Yeah, it's just, someone from our show spoke to your wife and she assured us there'd be an exciting escape attempt. Also, cut short a holiday in France for this.
You got 5 minutes.
Darling! Snuggums! Oh. Sorry, I'm Winifred, his wife.
Oh, right, so the escape attempt's still on, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Great, so what we're thinking, blow down this wall and let loose your secret ninjas on the panic guards while you two leap 200 feet into the icy river below, yeah?
No, I'm dressing him as a woman.
Right. There is a show called World's Stupidest Escapes. I can give you their number if you like.
Get to work. You see, I told the guards that my friends and I wanted to come and say goodbye to my husband, banking on them not counting how many of us came into the cell.
Oh, corset!
Then we dress him up as a woman, then we sneak him out in the middle of the group, just like he's one of the girls. You look lovely, Snuggums.
I look ridiculous.
Watch this.
All right, so your husband's clear of the tower, but how are you gonna get out?
Easy.
Anyway, I think I need to be alone now so I can do a nice wee pray.
I understand completely, my lover. I'll see you in the next life. Bye.
We've said our goodbyes, but I beg you, please don't disturb my husband's final prayers.
Yes, of course, Countess Nifsdale.
Thanks.
Wow! Well, it didn't sound like much of a plan, but what an escape that was. Next time on History's Greatest Escapes, I'll be in the Middle Ages with Matilda, daughter of Henry I, who'll be trying to escape from Oxford Castle in a snowstorm by wearing nothing but white. Yeah, pretty cool. I'll see you then. I can work out how to get out of this tower. No problem. Yeah, excuse me, can you let me out, please?
Shut up, Nifsdale.
No, I'm not Nifsdale.
Yeah, right. Do you think we're all stupid or something?
I'm from the television. Can you let me out, please? I'm from the television.
Horrible Histories.